Hey John, was wondering when should you begin releasing as a producer? Hey guys, welcome to the studio. It's already quite late. I've been sitting here the entire day taking care of business stuff and almost very close to finishing Watch Me Burn, that new song. I'll play you a little bit in the outro and you probably already heard a tiny bit in the intro. And since I completely got lost while making music, we'll stick today to a simple, easy Q&A where you ask me questions about music production and all other things, and I'll answer. First up, what's in the secret room? The secret room is right behind there. I won't tell. I'm an aspiring producer, but afraid blocked to sharing my music. Any advice on that? Just set yourself a deadline, just 1 week or something like that, and whatever you have done until then, just upload it to SoundCloud and just see what happens. Usually, if your music isn't good, not a whole lot of people will notice it. No one will hate you. So there shouldn't be any like fear of just uploading it and getting it out there. If it's bad, it will just disappear in that sheer amount of music that is being released. And if it's good, it will stick out. People will notice it and give you compliments for it. So really don't be afraid. Just get it out there. Favorite track right now? It's a track released on X-Stone, Axwell's label, by, I think it's Bjor, and he did a remix for Animals. I really like it. If we can't pay for Splice but want quality sample packs or ones which are on Splice, what should I do? Sample packs, it depends on what kind of music you're working on. I think most of them are overrated. I personally only use one-shots for the drums, and everything else I just do myself. If you need a guitar, record it. That's usually faster, easier, you get a better result that fits to your song and no one else actually has it. So I'm not saying I'm against samples. There are a lot of musical styles that depend on samples and are very inspired by samples, but for me personally, just not. What is the first thing that you would recommend a new producer to learn? Learn your DAW. Then music theory, and then arrangement, mixing, automation, ear candy, sound design, and a tiny bit of mastering. What's the key in becoming a successful producer? Not necessarily famous. Just make extremely good music that is unique, new, forward-thinking, and that's a whole lot easier said than done. It's really hard to come up with something new that impresses people, because usually when something is new, people are afraid of it, hate it, or are not used to it. So it's like that fine balance, hitting that sweet spot where it's new enough, but not too new that it's weird again, and fresh, and of course technically like really amazing. Do you think it's worth it to release an EP or album independently? No, absolutely not. Stick to singles, spread them out throughout the year so that you stay relevant and just always have something new to push forward. You as an independent artist, you don't have the power to promote an album. It's too much. It's impossible to make an album and successfully promote it. I think maybe if you're a band, but for a producer, especially electronic dance music, no album, no EPs. Maybe if you're doing more underground stuff, maybe an EP with like 1, 2, 3 tracks. But even for that kind of music, I would suggest nowadays singles. What would be your advice on starting a career in music? I mean, the only advice is just go for it. Start. Don't think about it. Just go for it. It will eventually all be different than you expected. Probably a lot harder. Everything will take a lot longer. But if you never start, there's no chance to even find out what it's all about. When are you continuing with your studio construction? Yeah, I'm waiting. See these aluminum profiles? I'm waiting for 31 of those. They will be all on top right here. Thing is, the company that made me the best price is based in Italy. And due to the COVID situation, it's delayed by crazy. I already paid a month ago, so they last told me 2 more weeks. I don't know. The second it arrives, I'll continue. Everything else is planned. Did you buy the building of your studio or do you pay rent? I pay rent, and the rent is extremely fair. It's so fair and so low that buying this place wouldn't make any sense. And it's also not possible to buy it. It partially belongs to the city because it's like an harbor area. So you can't buy it. And even if I could buy it, I couldn't afford it. So rent it is. But I got a really long contract. Make sure that no one can kick me out for a lot of years. Why analog gear? How is it different than digital plugins? That's maybe something for an entire video, analog versus digital, and do some tests. Sonically speaking, there is no real difference. It's not better or worse, it's just like a hint into another direction that's hard to describe, hard to hear. You only hear it if you A and B compare it. If you just work on a song and you know what you're doing within the box, you can achieve amazing results. So don't think that you need to buy analog gear. For me personally, it's like a joy and fun, like a bonus to have these things to control. And some of the analog gear that I have has like options and possibilities that you just can't get in the box. What are your thoughts on wireless headphones? For the studio, no. For DJing, no. Like for at home, casual, going for a run, yes. I have those AirPods. I don't know where they are, but they're amazing actually for what they are. Hey John, was wondering when should you begin releasing as a producer? I always say once you make a song that is finished, and you listen to it like 4 or 5 times and there's nothing you want to add and it's like fully automated and arranged from start to finish, mixed fairly well, and you got like a little master on top, then just release it. There's nothing you're losing. Releasing is so inexpensive nowadays. Just go for it, do it. You will learn a whole lot when releasing music. First of all, probably how hard it is to actually get any kind of plays onto your songs. My first uploaded songs had like 100 plays and half was probably just me. But learning that part is really crucial because like being an artist, a music producer, a DJ, a musician in general always has like 2 components. Like one is the craft, the art that you make, and the other, that's you as a person, and both has to be like pushed forward. That means your music has to be good and pushed so people listen to it. And you as a person, you have to have a story, you have to be present on social media. And if both is done really great, then you become really successful as an artist. If one fails miserably, it's hard to make up with the other. Because like, I mean, just look at any pop star. The person behind it is really glued together to the music. It's like one image, one package that is delivered to everyone out there. You have to learn that, understand that, and use it to your advantage. If you just want to sit at home and just produce music and not be present on social media and not go out and not DJ, then probably your only option is to work for other people, mix for them, master for them, record for them, or ghost produce. Sure, there are some exceptions, but in general, just you have to be out there. Are you into investing for future retirement? Whew. I'm not like, I didn't make any plans. Like I'm not putting any money aside. I'm just investing 100% into my future because I always think investing and working hard will result in more than saving it. So I just go full risk, full on 100% for the future. Will you do a studio tour after the new studio has been completed? Yes, 100%. I can't wait for that day. I might even do 2 videos, like one about the studio, one about the gear and how it works and how it's connected. So yeah, hopefully again, October. If you had to switch to a different DAW right now, what would it be? If I had to switch from Logic, I mean, the easy route would be to just go for Cubase because it's so similar. But I think Ableton has like the modern approach and I kind of like that. I think I'll cut it here. Thanks a lot for everyone asking. We'll do another Q&A probably in a week or 2. And we'll see us tomorrow back again here in the studio for another episode.